mo, mo, wanyama, wokoma, omalichama. Hello, everyone. Good, good evening and welcome to another exciting, informative healing session on the Y.W.W.B initiative discussion platform. I'm playing in the background is a song by the well-renowned Nigerian artist OB1. And the song mainly actually embodies our topic for today, where the promises and all that. Okay. Mm-hmm. The young WW, the young women and wives with burdens and blessings. And like I said earlier, my name is Rosemary Henriese, and I coordinate the affairs at the initiative. How has your week been? Thank you for always being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Lara, please kindly resend your request. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us. Yes, sir. Thank you. And everyone, thank you for everything. As our usual is, please, as soon as you join us, let us know where you are joining us from. And I, Rosemary, I am, presenting live from the province of Prince Edward Island in Canada. And this is to just help us know our reach when it comes to this program. The Y.W.W.B initiative is a platform for the healing, the wholesomeness of the woman. But we have found out that we have men join us, because really, how would the woman be whole if her man is not whole with her? And as our custom is, I will be reading the biography of our guest speakers for tonight. Hello, Lara.
Hello.
Our host, oh, that reminds me, I am not the host. I am not the host. Good, welcome. I am not the host for the month of March. Our secretary, the secretary of the initiative, Omolara Libra Oshoni, is the host for the month of March. But I will be reading the biography of our speakers, which Lara should have done anyway. That kind of skipped my mind. So I'll start with our first guest speaker, that is Mr. Emmanuel Obo. Is a computer scientist who is passionate about business, finance, and empowering people. His passion inspired him to run a postgraduate diploma in finance and risk management. He also holds a postgraduate diploma in human resource management and is currently running his master's in business administration. He is currently an associate member of Institute of Business Analysts and Process Management in Nigeria. He is also an associate member of Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management, and a certified personnel manager. He is co-founder of Wealth Consult International, a financial empowerment organization, and the founder of Ascent Business School and Educational Consult, an organization that provides academic and professional certification programs, as well as business-related trainings. He is the convener of Lovebirds Hub, an interdenominational forum with a mandate to help singles and married enjoy heaven on earth with respect to family life, relationship, and marriage. He's an ordained deacon in RCCG, where he worships and serves as a minister. He is happily married to Busayo Obo, and their marriage is blessed with two beautiful daughters. And thank you so much. Well,
thank you,
we are people of faith, but I just want us to know that this platform is open to all women. So, I had someone tell me, oh, how come everybody that is coming on the program is a Christian, I said, no, we've had an Alaja, on this platform. So it's not a religious, we are not a religious platform. We are people of faith. That is what we like to say. And our second speaker, I'm waiting for her to join us. Before I read the biography of our second speaker, I just want to appreciate Mr. Henry. Thank you so much. That's my husband. Thank you for joining us. And our very own patroness, Olabisi Rachel. Mommy, you are welcome. And as we have others join us, we'll welcome them. Welcome, Lara. Welcome, Mr. Emmanuel. Okay, the second speaker. Yeah, Blessing Olanrewaju is a passionate advocate for personal growth and empowerment, dedicated to supporting individuals in their pursuit of success and fulfillment with a background in education. She has made remarkable strides in consulting for various schools and educators. Through her unwavering commitment to growth, she inspires and empowers others to overcome challenges and make impactful progress in their lives. Blessing Olanrewaju is a firm believer in the power of perseverance, self-belief, and continuous learning, striving to uplift and encourage women in all stages of their journeys. Striving to encourage all women in all stages of their journeys. Okay, while we wait for her, I would like to graciously hand over to our host for today. Lara, please take over.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. I am honored. Okay, before we go into anything, you all know my name is Lara, and I'll be your host. You'll be seeing this space for the whole of March, knowing that we have 3 Saturdays more to go. All right, before we say anything, and knowing that this is a women's platform, I would like for everyone that is online presently to just type in the comment section, Happy International Women's Day. To appreciate women in our lives and women in the society doing greater things and making it known to other women that are coming that yes, you can be who you are and you can be more. So I'd like us to write it in the comment section. Happy International Women's Day.
Lara,
all
please,
right,
hold on a second. Mr. Iman, please, you are being seen on a landscape. Can you please, we are seeing you as in this is position landscape. You are kind of like seated, yes. I don't know if you can fix it so that we are seeing you in a portrait form. Thank you, sir. Okay, Lara, please, sorry, go on.
Okay. Somebody has typed in the comment section. I'm expecting other comments. So while I expect other comments, thank you, Mr. Henry Eze. We love you as a woman. We love our men. We thank you for being our support all through the years as fathers, as husbands, and all of that you represent to us. Okay. It's so interesting that our second speaker is not here yet.
I'm adding her.
I didn't want to be biased. And God actually understands that being biased is not in my thing. So I would have loved her to speak first, but I want Mr. Emmanuel to speak first. Knowing
She's
that
here.
It's a women platform. Oh, good. Welcome, Welcome, Mrs. Olanrewaju Blessing. Like I wrote during the week that we have duo delectable speakers. And I must say that having had a conversation with them during the week, I must say while we rub shoulders together, they have a lot to dish out to us. So just grab anything you can snack on and follow us while we go on this ride. So, Mr. Emmanuel, my boss is my boss. So on this platform, I am saying thank you, sir, for honoring my invitation. Even with your busy schedule, you still find out time. We love you. We honor you. Thank you for honoring our invitation. So the floor is open to you, just for 10 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I'm happy.
Good evening, sir.
I'm happy to be here tonight. I want to appreciate the convener of this vision, Mrs. Rosemary Eze. And God bless you. More grace, more enablement to be able to carry out this noble assignment. And the Lord will bless you the more in Jesus' name. I also want to appreciate Ms. Omolara for holding forth, supporting this vision together with Mommy, as well as other stakeholders who are assisting in one way or the other to support this move of God. The Lord will bless every one of us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I want to appreciate this. I want to appreciate the privilege of this invitation to be here to speak and say one or two things to women. It's a honor. I appreciate it, and I do not take it for for granted. So thank you very much, Mas, for having me in your midst tonight. So quickly, I'm to talk about from promise to progress, from promise to progress as it pertains to singles in relationship. Now, the reality is that every relationship starts with a promise. Every single relationship starts with a promise. In this part of the world, it's normal for the guy to do the initiation of the relationship, to kind of start it off. So most times it's the guy who approaches the lady, make advances, wanting to get her in to start a relationship with him. And the truth is that somehow, he makes promises to her. Some are verbalized, some may not necessarily be verbalized, but the fact that he's initiating a relationship with a lady with the intention of taking it further into marriage, then obviously promises are made. Then at the end of the lady also, the moment she accepts the offer of the guy to start a relationship with him, she also by accepting the offer to start a relationship with him, she also makes promises, whether verbalized or just non-verbalized. Because the fact is that it takes two to work out a relationship. So as the guy is making promises to love, to be there for the lady, to make her happy, support her vision, to be good and caring, to be a father figure to her, and all that, the lady is also making promises to support the guy, to love him, to be there for him, and all that. So somehow, some promises are made. But the reality of of relationships majorly is that many a times these promises just end as promises, and normally it shouldn't be. Most of the time these promises just end as promises and there's no progress. The normal thing is that promises should progress into something more concrete. There should be improvement over time, there should be progress over time, and that should actually lead to a good marriage. But the reality is that many a times it doesn't go that way. We see cases where people have been in relationship for 5 years, 6 years, 4 years, 3 years, and the relationships are just there, just passive. For some, they just don't like the idea of being alone. So even though the relationship is not working as it ought to, they just want to just be there and just to have a tag that, okay, I'm in a relationship, because of public society, because of what people will say if they are not in a relationship, if you are not in a courtship, and age is going and all that. So some just want to be in a relationship even if it is not working. But the normal thing, like I was trying to say, the normal thing is that there should be progress in the relationship. The promise should become progress over time. So if you're in a relationship for months, for years, and there's no progress, then something is wrong with that relationship. You're in a relationship for 6 months, you're in a relationship for 1 year, you're in a relationship for 3 years, and there's no tangible improvement over time. One of the things we advise singles before you say I do is that over time you should have checked for improvements. There should be an improvement check. There should be a progress check. From time to time, you're checking out certain things with respect to communication, with respect to fidelity, with respect to them being caring, them being loving, them being emotionally available, with respect to their character, with respect to being responsible. So these are areas where the single brother, the single sister should check for improvement, for progress. So if over time, as a single lady, you are just in a relationship with a guy, and over time you are not seeing improvement, character-wise, the guy is misbehaving, he talks to you anyhow, no respect, no honor, over the years, it seems as though he's even getting worse instead of getting better. Now, if there is no improvement in the relationship, my candid advice is that such relationship should not progress into marriage. No progress, no marriage. That's my own ideology. You're in a relationship with a guy, and over some time, you have checked his character, you have checked his responsibility level, you have checked his fidelity level, you have checked him being trustworthy, being dependable, and you are seeing flaws all over the place. And there's no conscious effort being put by the guy to get better in some of these areas. Because the reality is that if it doesn't work as a relationship, it's unlikely to work as a marriage, because the relationship itself is like a dress rehearsal. That's why that's why it's necessary to have a period of courtship, a period where you get to know each other better and see in clear terms that, okay, this thing we want to go into, is it going to work? So if it's not working before you say I do, the chances that it will work after you get married is slim, and for me it's a high risk. So my point is that beyond mere promises that are made by the guy, then also by the lady, over time, there should be improvement in that relationship. Over time, there should be progress with respect to finance, with respect to career. You're in a relationship with a guy, 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, 3 years, he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have an active source of income. So many questions will arise. If you get married to him, how will he be able to be a father indeed? How will he be able to be a husband indeed? How will he be able to foot bills? Because the reality is that beyond just I love you, marriage is a responsibility. Beyond we love each other, she's good, she's nice, the guy is kind, is this. Beyond all that, the reality is that marriage is a responsibility. So if you are not seeing him being responsible now, it doesn't have to be super rich. It doesn't have to have all the things that you feel he should have at the moment, but there should be improvement. So over the years, you have seen him from someone who started off as an OND holder. He has stepped up, he has gotten his HND, he has gotten his BSc. From not having a good job, he's working on his career, he's getting a good job, he has a side business. You are seeing improvement. That's my point. So if there are no improvement, then my point is that if you are not seeing progress in that relationship, then you really need to think twice before you say I do, because just having mere promises does not translate to progress. And if progress is not coming up over time, then that relationship should not necessarily have to graduate into marriage. So I think I've mentioned some areas where you should check out for improvement. Check out for progress with respect to character, because beyond beauty, beyond finance, character is what makes marriage work. So does he or she have good character? Is there improvement in the way he or she behaves? Is there honor in that relationship? Is there regard? Is there respect? Is there love? Is there care? Is there concern? Is he or she being is there improvement with respect to with respect to his career, his business? Is he being financially responsible? Now, you're in a relationship with a guy for 2 years, for 3 years, and he has never bought you a gift. Not like as if you are demanding or expecting. not, not like as if you are demanding or just
All right,
wanting to.
sir. Would like that it's actually 10 minutes beyond time.
Okay, it's fine.
I can see you have a lot to tell us, but I will try as much as I can to put it in a question where you'll be able to express yourself because of our time constraint.
Thank you.
So you could just quickly give us a conclusion.
Okay.
Yes, from your hand.
In conclusion, there should be progress over time beyond mere promises. So check out for progress. Check out for improvements in that relationship over time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I apologize for the break in transmission, but you know, the thing about talking or discussing is when you start, you most times, no matter how much you're mindful of time, you just find yourself wanting to say more and more and more. But we'll try as much as possible to find time during the question and answer session so you could express yourself better. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. All right. I'm sure because it's a women thing, we have a woman in the house that's also going to do justice to this beautiful topic. I don't know. I'm so interested in this topic. Maybe because I'm a single sister. But make I no look there. I'm engaged. You will see the results with time. But we are learning. So, Mrs. Olarewaju Blessing, over to you, ma.
Beautiful evening, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to be here today.
Okay, ma, please, can you amplify your voice a bit? I am struggling to hear. I don't know, maybe it's Facebook.
Can you hear my voice now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's a bit clearer.
I
We know
wanna see
you're a
myself
diction
here. I'm
teacher,
not
so
seeing any other
please,
person.
let's hear you very well. Thank you.
Hello. Beautiful evening, everyone. I'm actually
Hello,
seeing myself.
ma'am.
I'm not seeing enough. I'm only seeing myself. So I want to believe I'm seen. I'm heard.
Don't worry, I'm seeing you.
Okay. I'm so excited to be here today. Ma'am Erieze, you are really doing a great job. You've been following the activities on this platform, and I tell you, myself, I've been really blessed. I've really been blessed. May the Lord bless you so much more in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Okay, so I know before Mr. cut my time short now, so let me quickly give out what I want to say. Mr. Emmanuel has done justice to the subject matter, talk about the promises, talk about the project and all of that. So let me just go straight to what I have for our females today. Happy International Women's Day to all our women here today. Most especially we are focused on the singles today. So the main thing is just that like Mr. Emmanuel said, talk about relationship for years. Though I'm not used to that kind of relationship. So maybe let me say I can't really relate. Talking about years of relationship, I don't know. However, whatever the months you are spending or the year you will be spending together, I think beyond checking character, you should check lack of character as well. No many people are fond of saying, "Oh, check character, check character," but do you know that it's very possible to package yourself, especially during oh my God, during dating, during courtship. It's very possible to package. Some people package very well. That is why checking lack of character is important. Not just check character. Lack of character means the negative traits. So don't make sure your eyes are open to those. Now the reason is because regardless of your improvements, your skills, your training, the negative ones will still manifest in terms of conflicts, in terms of challenges. So you want to be sure the negative trait of this person, do I have a complementary one to hit? It's very important. So not just saying check out, oh, this person is so beautiful, he's so humble, so check the negative. Now I sum up the negative ones to the word flesh, which is the F there is failure to forgive, the L is lack of communication, the E is ego, the S there is selfishness, and the H there is hurtful words. You know, it's just normal of us to operate at this level as humans. It's just very normal of us. So when you meet with that your partner, you should be checking. Does he have failure to forgive? Does he forgive easily? Lack of communication is not as if you're not talking, but does he have the skills to communicate? There's a difference between talking. There's a difference between communication. Does he have the skills? Ego. You want to be sure. Does he have ego? Selfishness. Is he selfish? Check lack of character. Now, having checked this, you want to be sure you are going to put in the efforts to ensure your relationship turns out to moving from the flesh one to being in the spirit. That is, being able to see God's presence together, being patient with each other's imperfection, intentionality, respecting each other, investing in communication, and taking responsibility. Now, what am I saying? When you are in relationship with someone, you should be able to know, okay, let me give you a very practical example now. I remember then while my husband, we were in courtship then. He was well aware that is quick-tempered, like was very much aware. And then I knew myself to be calm. I knew myself to be very calm. And I remember vividly then he read books on that. I remember this Timlaye book and all of that. So he was practically working on it. And we discussed it then. But I didn't even discover my own lack of character. I knew his own, when one is prone to anger, it's very, understand that. So I knew that this, but I didn't even discover my own then. But I knew that at least I was still a kind of cool-headed person, and however, he was able to work on it. Now, what I'm saying is this: that lack of character will definitely show up during challenges, during so you want to be sure, okay, when during conflict, do I have a complementary character to carry this thing? So you want to be sure the person you have with is someone, not that this person is quick-tempered, you also quick-tempered, meaning that during challenges, then the temper will explode. Yes, so that checking of lack of partner is very important. Now, how do you know the right partner that is ready to consciously move from the flesh to the spirit with you? How do you know? How do you identify that character? How that partner that, okay, you've seen these traits now, and then you are sure that, okay, this person can move with you. The first thing is have self-awareness. As a single lady, I'm sure I'm talking mostly to the females now. I want to let you know that you can be the chooser. Yes, you can be the chooser here. Now, how can you be the chooser? Firstly, you need to be self-aware. This is one thing many of us didn't have. During my time, I was not self-aware. Let me just be frank now. I wasn't self-aware. But the only thing I was very sure of then was that I knew I was being led. I was so sure of that. That was the only thing I knew I was being led. But I was not aware of my lack of character. I wasn't self-aware. So as a single lady now, what you should do is you should be aware. Be aware of your temperament. You have books. You can get Timlaye's book. Know your temperament, know your weakness, know your strength. They are very important. Number 2 is your purpose. Yes. Marriage is for purpose. Know your purpose. I wrote a book on that. How to discover your purpose and all of that. You can request for your e-copy on that. Know your purpose. So when you are sure of who you are as a person, and then you know your purpose for existence, then you can now go to asking God, okay, who is the partner for me? Don't forget, you've known yourself. You've known that, oh, I think I have ego. Oh, I think I have tendency to be selfish. Oh, I think I don't have communication skills. Oh, I think, are you with me now? So it's very important. You need to be aware of that first. Now, you now know your purpose. Okay, I think I'm tending towards being an apostle. Okay, I think I'm going to be a marketplace woman. Okay, I'm going to, you know your purpose. And then you now seek the face of, okay, God, who are you leading me to? Now, don't forget, you have self-awareness. You are already fulfilling purpose. It becomes easy for the Lord to lead you to getting your partner. Because at that point in time, you are in purpose, you know yourself. So when those just automatically will direct you to finding that person that will fit in to your character, to your lack of character, and to your purpose. I hope we are still with me.
All right, ma'am. Can you kindly
okay? So the next thing is okay. So yeah, now you have not been led. Okay, yeah, I'll round off now. Yes, you have not been led, and now you are now in the relationship. Now you pay attention to those red flags. Now, like I said, I knew then that my hobby was quick-tempered. I could have said, hey, I don't want someone that to get angry, you know, but not all red flags are going to be leading to the opposites, because you have a complementary character that will cover that at that point in time. If you know yourself as an egoistic person, you know that the person you are getting up with has a complementary character that will able to sustain you. Are you with me now? Then lastly, you then go for premarital training. Now, in that premarital training, you will then learn the skills. So those skills are what will determine if you should progress. So having learned the skill, you both submitted yourself. If your partner says he or he is not ready for premarital training, then he's not ready for the marriage. He's not ready to move on with you. So regardless of who the person is, character or lack of character, make sure you both submit for matter training. Then you will be able to learn the skills to help yourself with. During challenges, the skills you have learned will also show face. At that point in time, you have been conscious about your lack of character. You have been able to learn the skills to communicate well. When you are facing your challenging moments, those skills will be helpful for you. But if you don't learn anything, then it will be difficult to control yourself at that point in time. So I think with this, I should be open for questions. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I really loved the spirit and flesh acronym. God bless you. Well, I was not able to get the H aspect. What is it again, ma'am?
Okay,
For
the
the
H
flesh.
is thoughtful. Okay, for the flesh, thoughtful actions and words.
Okay, thoughtful actions and words. Fine. I remembered Mr. Emmanuel also talked about when you start seeing the man being hurtful with his words, and when you are hurtful, honor is far from you. That means you will not honor that person. All right. Without further ado, I would like us to go into the questions. I have a lot of questions, but I was able to streamline it to just 4 questions that are realistic. And most people may not be able to relate. Most people here, I think most people on this platform right now are married people. But with the singles, and as at the dispensation you guys got married, things have been changing. And you know they say change is constant. So questions that I'm about to ask aims at readiness, aims at growth, aims at expectation. There's so much expectation on our part, aims at responsibility, and majorly commitment. Now, Mr. Emmanuel, this question goes to you. What do men expect from a woman in courtship in terms of growth and readiness for marriage? Like they used to say, what do men really want? Because there are aspects where you really do everything for them, like you give your all, but yet we are not getting such back in return. And I know as a man, you know all those tricks people used to use. So what do men really expect from a woman? No, not true. What do men expect from a woman in courtship in terms of growth and readiness for marriage? Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think one of the things that men need in a courtship is
Okay.
an active woman. Active in, I will explain what I mean by an active woman. You know, many a times women tend to, especially in relationships, they tend to just lay back, wanting to receive. They want to receive calls. They want the guy to be the one doing the calls. They want the guy to be the one doing the flirting around, wanting to sweet words and all that. They want the guy to be the one giving. They want the guy. It's not generalized actually, but many a times that's a reality that most women just want to, or most ladies just want to be on the receiving side. They just want to receive love. They just want to receive calls. They just want to receive attention. They just want to receive loyalty. But and many times they are not actively giving it as well. So one of the things that happen with guys is that they get to a point where they feel like, I'm not the only one in this relationship. Okay, let me also lay back and see. And sadly, probably the routine has been that, okay, the guy calls every other day, is the one that will call you in the morning, is the one that will call you later in the evening, and how was work today, hope you had a good day, is the one that will send and love messages, is the one that will send a recharge card, is the one that will just summer, the guy is the one.
So we should send them recharge card. So you may want to recharge card, and you will not. Your ego will not permit you to tell us that you want.
That's not what I've said actually. I'm just trying to make reference to.
Relax.
Okay.
So, and somehow the guys also want to receive love. The guys also want the woman to call. It's not an ideal situation where it's only the guy that is calling. Fine, the ladies want their man to call and call and call, but she too should also call. She too, once in a while, should also send a nice message. She too, once in a while, can also give a small gift, no matter how small. So that balance that balance, men want balance. Men want
All
balance.
right.
Then also, men want to see the woman or their women grow. Grow in the sense of not every man is looking for a housewife that will just sit at home doing next to nothing and just giving birth and taking care of the house. Not in this generation, not many men want that kind of wife. So the men also want to see the woman grow, just like the women want their man to grow in terms of career, in terms of academics, in terms of business. So we find that most of the time, a good number of ladies are just laid back in terms of personal growth because of a wrong ideology that they probably picked up. And the ideology is that is man that will still marry you. By the time you get married now, the man wants you to be at home. The man wants you to do domestic work. But in the reality of this dispensation is that men also want hardworking women who will also be supportive of their visions, who will also be supportive in terms of growth. Someone who can reason at their frequency, not that the man is thinking Z and the woman is still at A. Because one of the challenges that happen in marriage over time is that many a times when the man grows, the man is growing career, academics, profession, the man is growing, and the women is just there where they were, probably at OND level or at HND, no upgrade, no improvement in terms of personal growth. Now the men eventually get to a point where they have grown far ahead of their women, and they are now finding it hard to relate at the same frequency. They now find it hard to relate at the same frequency. So one of the things that men also need in their women is growth. So the woman should also be concerned about her personal growth in terms of career, in terms of business, in terms of being productive, in terms of adding value to herself, not just being domestically useful. So
Lara,
Oh,
please, sorry. Please,
thank you,
Mr.
sir.
Lariwaju, kindly try to come in again. Lara, please, 1 second. Mr. Lariwaju, please kindly try to come again. She left. I think the network just took her out. So, but you can continue with the question with Mr. Emma when she comes in.
Okay, so thank you. So if I should get you right, what men expect from women, sorry, or from a woman in courtship is that they need someone that is active personally. That means you are not where you started. At least there's a significant growth.
yes,
You are not the same way they got married to you, or you are not the same way you guys met. Let me use the word met. There is a significant change that they can be proud of, right? Is that what you're trying to say, sir?
yes, ma'am.
Hello?
He has
Yes.
answered you. He answered you.
Yes, the audio is quite low, so I'm straining my ears to
I
hear.
said
All
yes.
right, thank you, sir. All right, the last question for you is this. As a man, what role do men play? Like, you've answered what they expect from us, and we are taking cognizance of that. Though some of us are already on that part, but to those that do not know, I'm sure by the time they come across this, they will. Now, the second one to strike a balance is there are some aspects in which the woman, but the man may not be ready, and the man is ready, and the woman may not be that ready, like she doesn't want to go into it yet. Okay, so the question is this: as a man, what role do you think men play in ensuring that a relationship moves from mere promises to progress? I think that gives responsibility. What do they do? What roles do they play to see that, yes, I want this relationship to go from mere promises to progress? What are those roles they play behind the scene that, oh, the only thing we get to see is the reality? Because some people will say, I think it's high time I get to know your people and all of that. Those are the ones we see. But we know before they come out to say whatever it is they are saying to women, there are some things they have done behind the scene that we don't know. So what are those roles that we have to look out for as a woman or as women, that a man is doing every possible thing to see that this relationship is moving from mere promises to progress? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think one of the areas of responsibility for men that women also expect from their man is that women expect leadership. Women expect a man that will lead.
Okay.
But the challenge is that in many cases, the men are not leading, which is an error. Because right from the beginning, the man was designed to lead. And that's why the man came first and the woman joined. So the man is supposed to take the lead. When it comes to being responsible, the man should take the lead. That is why, as a good man, the man should be ready to foot bills. Any man that is not footing bills is not a leader. Yes, we understand that challenges can come, and the reality is that in some cases, the woman may be more financially buoyant than the man, which is not a sin or which is not an error. But the point here is that how responsible are you with what you even make? So if the woman knows that from the little you are making, even if she's earning more than you, she knows that from what you are earning, you are ready to put as much as you can into the welfare of the family, she will support you. So the problem that many women have with their men is that they are not seeing leadership in the man in terms of being responsible, in terms of parenting. You see men who want to hand over parenting to the woman, which is an error. Parenting was never designed to be single-handedly handled by the woman. It's an error. Parenting is supposed to be dual. The man and the woman cooperating and bringing up different methods to ensure that their children are well raised. So in this part of the world, we hear people say that if the child is good, it's the man. If the child is bad, it's the woman. It's an error. So we see in this part of the world where many men are absentee fathers. They are not available. They are not present. Parenting, they are not there. In terms of family welfare, they are not there. In terms of taking the lead is all encompassing. In terms of personal growth, the man should take the lead and encourage the woman to do the same. In terms of spirituality, the man should take the lead. He's the head. And being the head is not a title. Being the head is a responsibility. So basically, one of the major challenges that women have with their men is that they are not seeing leadership. So when the woman is not seeing leadership, she finds it hard to honor the man, because she's like, what you are supposed to do, say, you are not even doing it. So why are you asking for, men are like, submit, the woman should submit. But if the man is not doing his own part, submission becomes more difficult. It's easier to submit to a responsible man than to an irresponsible man. Yes, we know that the women should submit, just like the man, as the man is loving the wife, the woman should also submit. But if the men are doing their own part by being good leaders and being responsible, submission will come natural for the woman. Most women will submit if they are married to good men, if they are married to responsible men who are taking the lead in terms of family welfare, in terms of personal growth, in terms of putting things right in the family. Now, as the leader in the home, when things go wrong in that family, the man is responsible. Primarily, first, the man is responsible. We saw that error from the beginning when there was a case of Adam and Eve eating the forbidden fruit, and by the time God showed up and asked Adam, what have you done? He said, it's the wife that you gave to me, which was an error, because he did not take responsibility for his actions. And that is the same thing that happens in many homes today, that you see the men wanting to shift the blame, that if something is not working, it's the wife. But it's an error. As the leader, you take responsibility for everything that happens in that family, rightly or wrongly. So women want leadership, women want responsibility from the man, and if they are not seeing that, it becomes an issue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, ladies, when your man or whoever you intend to get married to is not exhibiting leadership, is she here now?
I'm trying to add that the
Okay.
technical issue keep is coming up like, I don't know. Ma, oh, thank you. She's here. She's here. Sorry, network issues.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is she here now?
she is.
How much, ma'am?
Okay, okay. You're
Yes,
welcome,
ma'am.
ma'am. You're welcome, ma'am. We have
Sorry,
just few
sorry
minutes
for
left,
the
and
Facebook wala. Emma Bino.
No problem, ma'am.
Yeah, Lara, go ahead. Ask her a question, please. Oh, Lara said, don't come out.
no. I'm back.
Okay, so
Okay,
Hello?
yes, ma'am.
go on, go on.
It took me out.
You are still here.
Okay, now
You can
now
hear me,
that we
ma'am.
have
Lara, go on.
Mrs.
We
Alari
can hear you.
Wadri
We
here.
can hear you. Lara, go
And
on. We can hear you.
hello?
We can hear you. Go on, go on,
Okay.
go on.
Okay, so Mrs. Alari Wadri, this question is directed to you.
Okay, ma'am.
What practical steps can a woman take to encourage growth in a relationship without appearing to pressure her partner?
Without appearing to pressure a partner? Like I mentioned earlier,
Did you get the question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Hello?
can hear you. I can
Okay,
hear you. Go on, ma. Go
okay,
on, go
without
on. We can hear you.
appearing,
I can't hear you. Did you get the
yes, please,
question?
I got the question.
She did. I think
Yeah,
Okay.
Lara, there is network issue from your end, but she had you.
okay, so without appearing to pressure her man. Hello, can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes. Go on, go on, go on.
Hey, okay, without appearing to pressure her man, the first practical step is to both submit themselves for premarital training. So that's not about pressuring. You just let your man know, oh, my dear, please, I think we should submit for marital counseling so we can have those necessary skills and information needed to navigate through the journey. So without appearing to pressure, you practically encourage growth. So submitting yourself for that will help foster growth because you will be exposed to a lot of things you need to know in the relationship and to translate the promise to progress. Hello?
Okay, ma, we can hear. Lara.
I'm
Okay.
with you.
Oh yeah, she has finished. Oh yeah,
Ma'am?
go on, go on. She has answered. Okay, ma,
Hello?
can you hear me? Lara, we can hear you. That my technical problem one near end. The technical issue is coming from
Okay,
your end,
so
Lara.
what you were saying is being submissive, right?
No, I said the
No,
practical
no.
steps to foster growth. The first practical step to foster growth is to both submit themselves for premarital training. They should identify relationship experts and submit themselves for premarital counseling. It's very important in their relationship before translating into progress. In fact, from promise is very essential. That is part of the work needed to be put into the relationship to translate it to progress. That will help them foster growth without pressuring one another. Submit for premarital training. It's very important.
Okay, I get you. Now, what I'm trying to say is
Okay.
that's a good answer, but for me, it's still not clear.
Okay. Maybe
Now, it's not about they, it's about her.
Okay, about
Like, you
her.
know, like you said in the flesh.
Okay.
Yes, about her. The E for the flesh has to do with ego.
Yes, about her.
Do you get? So most times the lady is ready and the man may not really show the attitude. Like I asked Mr. Emmanuel earlier, I asked him that what role does men play when it comes to moving from mere promises to progress, and he gave an apt answer that has to do with leadership. Now, what I'm trying to say is that
Okay.
some women can take the pressure from their own hand that people are telling them, don't you know you're getting old? Don't you know this is this? However, they're in a relationship. Do you get it? Now, what practical step can she actually do to encourage growth in a relationship without giving any sign of pressure to a partner? Because it tends to be that some men, when they start seeing pressure, they run away because they don't like it.
Okay.
They don't want to say anything pressure, and they'll be like, if anything happens in the marriage, they'll tell you, but you are the one that told me that it's right time, I was not ready, something like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah, the
what
practical
practical steps should
step.
she take as a woman? Now it's a woman thing. What should she do, or what steps should she take to make sure the growth, encourage growth? Now, the word encouragement, emphasis on encourage growth in a relationship without appearing to pressure our partner. So when she's even bringing up the subject matter, there's nothing like pressure there. How does she go about it?
If
That's what I'm trying to
okay,
ask.
I think if the
Yes.
partner is not willing to put in the effort and the commitment, the practical step she could do is to leave the relationship. It's as simple as that.
Voila.
Yes. If he's not ready to put in the effort on his own part, then there's no point staying in the relationship.
Wow.
I'm not in line with your thoughts, ma'am.
Well, I like your response, ma. Thank you.
Related to the other question I had, the last question I have
Sarah,
for
go on.
you.
Lara, we can hear
Okay,
you. We
it's
can
back.
hear you. We can hear you. Go on. We can hear you.
Okay. Now the last question, ma.
Yes,
Which takes off from your own day she should leave. Okay, if a woman realizes she's in a stagnant relationship and she has, what steps should she take before making a final decision?
the thing is, if you are in, like I said, I so much
Okay.
believe in the divine guidance. Like I said earlier, be self-aware yourself, discover what you want in a relationship, be sure of what you want. Then you know your purpose, then you are led. But if all these are still not giving you what you want, like what you received is still different from what you are seeing in the reality, like in the man, then I'm not sure there's any point staying. The relationship is stagnant, and the man is not giving any tangible reason for as to, okay, like there was a particular, wasn't not recently high, someone chatted me up and it was like she has been in courtship with a particular guy, and then all of a sudden, in fact, I think he said they've done introduction just to maybe just few months to their wedding. So, and the guy said that he's afraid, like someone who has been calling her frequently just suddenly stopped, and then it's just like the relationship is stagnant, just like what you asked. And I was like, I thought the guy was really broken. I said, you can't force yourself on. He said, I received a revelation, I did this, I did. I said, you received a revelation, but he is saying he's scared that he doesn't want to go forward. Then what's the point? You have to redirect your prayer. So if one finds himself in such relationship is going nowhere, because it takes two to tango. Yes, if one is convinced and the other is not convinced, is not moving, then there's no point. It's as good as she's forcing herself on her. I have to tell her to to just be calm and then allow him breathe at that point in time, because she can't force herself. You can't start begging for love now and then. The journey is still far.
Thank
The journey is still very far.
Thank you very much. Okay, and before I ask the last question that is for both speakers, I would like to say a short story based on that. I remembered that is personal, because in Y.W.W.B, we are not into fantasies, we are not into stories, we are into real life stories. And I want to back what you just said up. I had a relationship sometimes in my life where I had God clearly spoke to me that this person is who I want to get married to. Okay, so the person also got a confirmation from his head. But at a point, because I was not going to go outside my value, and he had to tell me, he told me to my face that let me see if you will be able to go anywhere. Have you forgotten that God says that we are going to get married? At a point, I got confused. I'm like, sorry, I want to use an abuse. That was what I have to say to myself. Is this all right? Are you the only man on earth? However, when I started the relationship, it was not somebody I really liked. I didn't like him. But when I kept praying, I got to realize God said, okay, I should go ahead. And when I am somebody that is very stubborn, if I don't get a conviction, I don't do anything. But when I got the conviction, I cried. That's true. That's the true life story. I cried. I'm like, God, why should it be this person? I don't like this person. Little did I know, I didn't know the prayers he prayed at his own hand, because for me it was like obsession. Do you understand? So when it got to a point and he told me that because I was not going to change my purpose of value to fit in into his own, he told me that I was not going to go anywhere. This person is not married to me. I got the flag. I got the sign. I'm like, this. What I did was I had to go back to God in my place of prayer and said, God, you are the same person that chose Samuel. And you, no, sorry, Saul. And you said Saul was not enough when Saul misbehaved. You brought in David. And today we reckon with David. So God, if you know you are really the God, I had to challenge God. If you know you are really the God of my life and you're not an author of confusion, take this guy's love away from my heart. Let him mean nothing to me. Detach us from wherever it is we have been connected and bring another David. That was the thing that caused a change. And truth be told, I got disconnected from him. You know that hatred that started, it now came in hundreds, in millions. I can't even count. I just didn't want to see him. And so we got disconnected. And God brought the real David for me. So like you said, most times, some men can be so manipulative that they will put you in the middle and say, you are not going anywhere. Maybe it's God that says that this is it. But the same God wanted me to learn one thing, that I am more important than whatever marriage it is that is going to happen. And I was happy that I did that. So if it is looking like a do or die thing, or the person is not doing, ladies, please, you matter most. So take it to heart and make sure you pray to God, because everything still boils down to purpose discovery, who you are and who God wants you to be. All right, the final question before we call it a night is, what is that one thing? We have said so many things. We have rubbed our shoulders on a lot of things tonight, and I am grateful for your contribution. God bless you, ma. God bless you, sir. But there is this one thing I want from us. That what is that one piece of advice you would give to single women? Because it tends to look like the women are gullible. That's what it tends to look like. My pastor will even say, the men are con, the women are dumb. That's where we got condom from. So what is that one piece of advice you would give to single ladies who are currently in courtship and hoping for marriage? What's that one advice you're going to give to us, Mr. Emmanuel?
Okay, thank you. An advice I would give to singles who are in relationship, trusting God for marriage, is that be yourself. Don't be pressured.
Thank you.
Don't be pressured, because many a times, because of age, because of the values that people place on marriage, and in the African setup, as the woman is aging, there's a lot of pressure that mounts on her to get married. So many a times desperation sets in, and the woman wants to get married at all costs. So that's why I said, be yourself. Don't be pressured into a marriage you will regret. So if there are red flags here and there, it's not a do or die affair. Marriage is not do or die. If there are red flags, you know that you cannot cope with a marriage. It's better to have a failed relationship than to have a failed marriage.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Mrs. Olarewaju, over to you. What is that one piece of advice you would give to single women who are currently in courtship and hoping for marriage?
Yeah, I think the greatest advice, I've given a lot of advice already. So the greatest one I will say is go divine about it. Make sure you get a word from God before proceeding. Because the truth is, you will never know yourself fully or your partner fully before marriage. So make sure you are very sure the Lord is leading you into marriage with that person. Be very sure of that. So I think that's the greatest advice I will give you.
Advice.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, ma. So ladies, that's single ladies that are listening to me, to everyone that has a younger sister that is in the house that is hoping to get married, just tell them to be themselves and be very sure if whatever relationship or courtship they are in has potential for marriage. If not, they should run for their lives. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I do not know if our convener has one or two things to say before we call it a night.
Thank you so much. I want to say, let me start by saying a big thank you to Facebook because this topic is so dear to my heart, and I must say that I listened and I learned a lot. For some of us, it's not every one of us, I want to say, that had the opportunity to attend marriage class. So I want to say a big thank you to our speakers. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Mr. Olariwaju. So much. From everything that you both spoke about, I picked, even though I'm married, I'm going to 19 years in marriage now. I know that there are some things that I encountered that had to do that I can trace back to the fact that I didn't attend marriage or the marriage class. I didn't. So it took me years. I battled it, but there's no vacuum in nature. So I practically battled through. I went through it. So really, I understand and I appreciate that. The counsel of going for marriage class. And Mr. Emma, I hope the men like you after this. This this after today, because really I want to appreciate you. You spoke from the heart. You were genuine. There's it's not a masculinity something, or it's a sign that you are supporting the women. You just spoke the real thing, and I want to really appreciate you, sir. I have a question. Lara, I'm sorry that I'm going to ask, because I just wanted you to flow. Well, let me also say
you will pay fine. You will pay fine.
let me also say thank you to our host, Lara. Thank you so much. Excellent hosting, excellent time. I must say, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being, like we will say in Y.W.W.B, it is not about Rosemary, it is about we all, it's about the woman. So everything that we do on the platform. See, everyone, all the admin, they do it like, it is their own, because actually it is their own. Thank you so much. My question now is that when Mr. This question is to Mr. Emmanuel. You talked about the man being able to show sign of leadership, and you made mention of several things. So what happens to people who didn't have the opportunity to know? I married early and I didn't understand or know all these things. Then maybe you now got into marriage, you are now seeing some things and you don't understand. You understand now? Are you to run away, Mr. to run away from the marriage? Or what do you do? What do you do? Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. And
Okay.
also, Mr. Olariwaju, you also please answer that question too, after Mr. Emmanuel has answered. Thank you.
Okay. And the thing there is that the moment the man and the woman is already married, then whatever challenges come in along the line, they just have to find a way to manage it and find a way to. It's a different ball game before marriage. But the moment they are married, God does not support divorce. So somehow they have to exhaust all possibilities to make it work before any consideration of divorce, which is not even the best idea, because divorce comes with a lot of consequences, directly and indirectly. So my point is that if there are challenges here and there, probably from the man's end, the woman has to find a way to support him. Okay, it could just be by pushing certain materials to him that can add value to him in that area. It could be books. It could just be sending him a link to a video that if he watches that video, he will just pick up one or two things. It may be that as you are going for a marriage, a program or a seminar that has to do with marriage, you just say, hobby, can you join me for this program? Just try to get him involved in areas where he's lacking or he's not doing well. Because one of the things that help married people a lot is that most times when it is the woman directly correcting the man, because of ego, there could be resistance. But when that same information comes from another source, so long as it's the right information, the man is more likely to pick it up compared to when it's coming directly from the wife, because the possibility is that the wife may not say it in a way that he may accept it easily. So just somehow find a way to expose him to value adding resources that can help him in his area of lack, the areas where he's not doing well. Just find a way to expose him. It could be a video, it could be a short book, it could be okay, let's go for this program, and you know that program they're going to talk about something that could be a blessing to him, and prayerfully also, because one of the things we find out that is that prayer works. And by the time you consistently commit certain things, some of the areas is not doing well. By the time you consistently commit it to God in prayer, somehow God begins to touch him and begins to help him. So those are some of the things that. Then another thing is for you to get the best out of a man. For you to get the best out of a man, the men generally love. Men generally love to be appreciated, not just women. Men also love appreciation. So yes, there are areas that he's not doing well, but the few areas where he's doing well, appreciate him. Tell him, well done. Okay, he drops 50K for food for this week. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. The areas where he's putting effort, appreciate him. Somehow, that appreciation will make him more conscious of the areas he's not doing well, and it will not be a burden on him to want to make improvement in those areas, because he wants the appreciation to continue. So one of the things I've discovered is that appreciation works for everybody, even the wicked. The more appreciated, the more you appreciate them, the more they want to live up to the appreciation. So I believe some of those things can help.
Thank you, sir. So what happens when you have done all? You know, the Bible said after you have done all, stand. This is not, we're not in a preaching platform now, but you have done everything. But you don't hook, you don't enter marriage. You have done everything. This cancer that you gave now, the woman has done it and everything, and yet nothing is. What happened? Jack accordion. Yeah, please don't mind me. I can be very comical. Don't mind me. But that's just a question. So what happened?
Yes, in such a case, because we've heard of challenges like that where the woman has done practically everything. One of the virtues of Christians, though it's not very palatable in terms of the challenges that come with it, is long suffering. So it could just be a season of long suffering.
Sorry, forgive me.
Long suffering in the sense that's one of the reasons why we advise singles to get it right before you say I do. Because the moment you have entered, it's more difficult to break a relationship than to break a marriage. So the moment you have entered, you may need to bear it for long and keep praying and trusting God that one day things will change. Because number one, God hates divorce. Number two, divorce comes with a lot of consequences. It's not just about you, it's about the children, it's about the next generation. So except it becomes life-threatening, that's when we say, okay, walk away.
Yeah.
If it's not life-threatening, then you may just need to exercise more patience, keep doing your own part, and trusting God that God changes him the moment it gets to that point. But divorce, we do not encourage divorce, except it becomes life-threatening, because the covenant of life is superior to the covenant of marriage. So the moment it becomes life-threatening, your life is at stake, you are free to walk away. But if you have not got to a point of it to life, then you may just need to persevere and keep trusting God.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, Ms. Olariwaju, let me coin this question in this way. You know, women, we can persevere. In fact, I don't think there's anyone who can persevere as a woman. So now, if you have persevered and sorry, I want to say this in pidgin. We know they take us time to warm to grace. So if you don't persevere, the thing won't turn to madness. I beg. What will be your advice? Forgive me, my
Okay.
please.
Okay. The simple advice is take a break. Now, when it seems as though what you are getting is something else, you should stand up and take a break. I'm not saying you should divorce. No.
Yeah, I
There's no
understand.
room for divorce, but you can take a break. When you take a break, go seek counsel. Meet with a married counselor. While you are there receiving the information, you can then keep praying. In fact, if you go meet a married counselor, there could be a way to reach your husband. And you will be, in fact, you'll be surprised he will come around later for the counseling. But staying there at that point in time could be deadly, emotionally, physically, and just like you said, it's already turning to craze. At that point in time, because your mental health is very important. Your mental health at that point in time is very important. At that point in time, take a break and seek solution. Wherever you are, you can keep praying there, sending counselors to meet him so he can come around to receive the counsel. But don't stay there and become crazy before, please.
Thank you so much, man. This is a very rich, edifying. Is it because you are both educators? Our secretary is an educator too. So most times I kind of find out that discussing with educators can be very concise, very deep, and very rich. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma. I want to read some comments here because we don't want to leave our people out of it. Okay, so okay, someone said these promises, I think that was when Mr. Ima was talking. He said these promises are just recitations that we are asked to repeat by the pastors. Well, I want to say that with a different thing from on the day of the wedding. I think what Mr. Ima was saying is, processes and situations leading to before wedding. So thank you so much, sir. And another thing the person said, he said, but we are told that true love is not complimentary, but the ability to love regardless of weaknesses and whatever your partner is or brings. I believe wants to say brings or something like that.
Brings. I'm sure that was
that's the typo error. So, well, from today's teaching, you have seen now the answer. It has been answered. Our speakers have done justice. Is that what our speakers said? I'm taking away. I know they take any of that thing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing Saturday, and I will say that awesome delivery, awesome, spoken from the heart, spoken from knowledge, spoken from personal experiences. Thank you so much. And I want to say, Mr. Ima and Mr. Olariwaju, expect us, so we might likely come back. And Lara, thumbs up. And until we come your way next week.
All right.
You can close, please. You can close.
Okay, so we've heard from our Madam Arosi, and she has found a way of asking questions, which I will collect my fine later because this is 10 minutes after 9 or 11 minutes after 9. But that was a good one. They found one way or the other to bring it into marriage again. We know vex, everything balanced. But thank you so much to our duo, like I called them in one of my posts, duo delectable speakers. We appreciate your efforts. We thank you for dishing out value. God bless you. May you never lose your wonder. So to every of our listeners, our audience, those that will be joining, those that has joined and will listen to this, next Saturday is another Saturday where we'll be talking about lifelong barriers. And this our convener is one that will do justice to it for us. So we would like that you get ready for next Saturday. And please, in appreciating us for the efforts we do, we would like that you follow our page Y.W.W.B page, and also follow our convener, because here is where we get to do the Saturday discussion. So we'd like you to follow us. We love you. I love you. Y.W.W.B loves you. Do have a lovely night,
And
rest, and have a lovely week ahead. Thank you.
and in addition to what Lara said, please, we are on YouTube as Y.W.W.B Initiative, the owners of the woman.
Okay.
We are on Instagram, please, as Y.W.W.B. Please kindly follow us, and bye. Thank you.
Bye.